In this morning's Business Insight, one of the biggest challenges for small business owners is getting enough capital to simply open the doors. In Over the Rhine, the OTR Chamber has a program that aims to fill storefronts with local businesses. The Business First Grant Program is a competitive process that awards a matching grant up to $20,000 for furniture, fixtures, equipment, and tenant improvements. Additionally, it works to create a support network for the new business and mentoring for 3 years. Joining us this morning is Emily Johnson, president of the OTR Chamber, and Rachel Roberts, a Business First Grant recipient who owns the yoga bar in OTR. They are with Business Courier publisher Jamie Smith in the studio.
Thanks, Peg. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So, Emily, tell me, how did this fund originate, and then where did the funds come from to make it possible?
Well, the fund, actually, the grant program initiated back in 2006. So if you can think back, to when things were just kind of the very seeds of things were starting to happen. It actually started with a little seed money from the city.
Okay.
And from there, we've been very successful raising money from foundations and corporations. But we've also, in the last 2 years, created a signature event that's coming up at the end of October. It's a masquerade ball. And all of those dollars go directly to the grant program. So we've raised over $40,000 just in the last 2 years from that event.
Sounds like a fun way to raise money,
yes,
too.
Yes.
Well, I'm assuming this is just for OTR businesses.
It is.
And what kind of businesses have taken advantage or have been able to get this grant so far?
Great. So it's intended for new businesses to OTR. So the important thing is the business applies before they open.
Okay.
There is a process to it. We have 2 application deadlines each year. And when we first got started, again, if you can kind of think back, Micah 12V was one of the early ones at the corner of 12th and Vine, the Little Mahatma, the Senate, actually, one of the very first restaurants kind of as part of the early Renaissance days, Park and Vine. We funded 3 businesses at Finley Market, Dojo Gelato, Fresh Table, Fo Lang Tang. So it's moved around, kind of focused, on different areas.
So kind of on all areas of OTR. That's awesome. Rachel, how did you come to apply for this grant, and what has it meant for you and your business?
We're really lucky at the yoga bar that we have 3CDC as a partner, and so I was very apprehensive. I'm a small independent studio without a ton of capital for such a big move for us. It was our first full build out. So they told me very kindly about the OTR grant. I knew Emily, and I had just gone through a program called Bad Girl Ventures, and I had developed my business plan from that. So it was kind of fortuitous timing that I just finished my business plan for them and could then submit it to OTR to be awarded the grant.
So it's made a big difference for you, I would assume, as a startup, right?
It really did. I mean, I think probably the biggest difference for me is that the yoga bar downtown, if we hadn't received the grant, it would look much less permanent. We used the grant to really to hire a woodworker to do casework at the studio. So now when you come in, we have a permanent bar there. We have permanent benches built in, things that I really probably wouldn't have been able to afford. So I think it just gives the business a lot more validity, and it really makes it feel like an established business that's going to be there for a long time.
Right. Well, it makes it much more of an experience for your customers. I'm assuming they're not feeling like they're going in just some open space and doing their yoga. They're going into a yoga studio.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there any specific type of business that should be applying for these? I mean, you talked about some restaurants, yoga.
Sure.
Anything else?
So the committee over the years has really focused, at the spirit and the core of the program, it's focused on street level, helping to animate, the streets and sidewalks of Over the Rhine. So really any storefront with a focus on retail, neighborhood service businesses, really at this point in the game, kind of anything that is transformational. So maybe there's no other business like it right now in Over the Rhine, and there is a desire or an expressed need for that type of business. It could be a part of Over the Rhine that very little activity maybe is happening in that area right now. So it would really help to kind of anchor a block or a street.
Well, that's great. Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything that's going on in OTR. I love driving through there, love dining, love going to the bars. It's just a great place to be.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show today.
Thanks for having us.
Right.